guys, what's happening? It's myself and Kyle Walsh Gunner. We're back in the building, guys. We're going to bring you what you need. Your weekly fix, your monthly fix, whatever you want to call it. We're going to lay it all down. Two old school gunners in the house. Welcome along, Kyle, man. Great to have you back on the show. And I just want to thank you for coming on, for taking time out, your busy schedule. I know you're a busy man. We're going to talk everything, guys. Of course, the big game today, Arsenal away against Southampton. We need the 3 points after City winning yesterday. It's been one hell of a run since the start of the season. But I just want to lay it out first and foremost. I haven't changed. I'm still Mikel Arteta out. But now I think we could step him down as assistant manager when somebody else comes in. I think to get the absolute best out of this squad, out of this team, I think that would be fair. But yeah, I haven't changed my opinion on that. Even though I met Edu a month ago, I haven't changed my opinion on that either. I just want to welcome Kyle along, like I said. I'm just going to big up a couple of YouTubers. Of course, Kyle's channel himself. If you haven't already, subscribe to his channel, like his videos, and make sure you comment in the comment section below. That's the important thing, guys. Arsenal Alex is another one. He actually put a comment in earlier. There we go. When I was off air. Check out his channel, guys. Arsenal Alex. I met up with him like 2 weeks ago and we did a collaboration together. Check out his Instagram handle. It's Arsenal Alex and the number 1. All of the protests at the Emirates, all of the Cronky out, all of the Arteta out, this man was there to be counted upon. So big up to him. He did what he could for the club. Del Boy Gunner. He's another guy. Check out his channel. Warren. Okay, let me leave it at that. Let's get into it. All right. So basically, welcome along, Kyle, man. Give me your views. How do you think the season is going?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say big up to you, Dave, for having me on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
On this glorious Sunday morning here in Ireland.
Glorious.
Sunny southeast. Blue skies, the sun is out. You swear it was the summertime. But that's the kind of mood that I'm in with the Arsenal this season. So far, so good. We're playing decent football. We're getting the results. 9 wins out of 10. It's not too bad. You can't complain about that.
Nothing shabby, yeah.
Not too shabby. It's the best open to a season we've had in the history of the club. These are all great things. A lot of positives to take over the whole season so far. I expected 4 points. I was shouting 4 points between the Liverpool and Spurs games, and we got 6. Yes, we got beaten by Man United. I call them scum. I hate United. But the thing is, I thought that we played decent football that night. I think we panicked at the wrong time of that game.
Yeah.
We were still in that game. And I think Arteta panicked and he made those substitutions too soon. And but listen, I'm not going to fault the lads. They're on top of the Premier League. They're on top of the Europa League. So things are going good. Things are going good. I feel, and I don't like putting a spanner in the works, but I'm going to put a spanner in the works. I don't think today is going to be all that handy.
No, me either. I have a feeling.
I have a bad feeling about today for some strange reason.
The Leeds game and the Bodo game, we were far from convincing. We scraped through pure luck, taking nothing away from the team. Apart from that, they had been excellent. You said about United, there was definitely a little bit of panicking on Arteta's side. 3 substitutions. We threw everything forward. We were only 2-1 down with 25 minutes to be played. We were well in the game. As soon as we threw everyone forward, they hit us for the killer third. C'est la vie. I think today, like I agree with you, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit tricky. It could get, I'm not saying complacent, but I honestly believe that they're going to put it up to us. Even Brighton yesterday, respect. It's going to be a tough one. There's no doubt about that. I really think it's going to be a challenging game.
I think so.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's kind of a bogey thing, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just a bad feeling. But I think if Arsenal goes and play football, we should beat them. We have the quality there to beat them, you know. But it depends. It really do depend. I think the first 20 minutes of today is going to set the tone for the rest of the game. We have to come out fast. We have to come out the blocks fast. We have to lay a mark on the game. Quick pass and quick movement. Have to do it. There's no point going there now and thinking all we have to do is to show up and we're going to win the game. We can't have that mentality today, because if we turn up like that, we're based.
Yeah, it's the same thing. We have started very quickly this season. It's been like a change in the team, that they're starting fast. They're playing well from the beginning, and they put the other team under pressure. But definitely against Leeds and definitely against Bodo, it wasn't pretty to watch, and we rode our luck to a large extent. I'm looking at Southampton here. I mean, their league position, how many games they've won. I mean, it should be a formality, but football's not played on paper, as they say. It's played on grass. They've lost 3 out the last 5. They've won 1. They've got 11 points from 11 games. And they've won 3, drawn 2, and lost 6. -8 goal difference. But, I mean, you can't really kind of go on that. Arsenal win probability are at 66%. Southampton are at 14%. But I honestly think it's going to be a tricky one, like you. We're going to come unstuck at some point. Let's be honest about it. It should have happened against Leeds. It should have happened against Bodo. Good thing that we qualified for the Europa League. We're already qualified. I don't know what you think about the World Cup coming up, but I'm absolutely shocked. It's great for us, but Jesus, Gabriel, and Martinelli are not going with Brazil to the World Cup. I couldn't believe that. They must have some players.
I come in on that there, Dave, and I'm going to ask you this, man. I did not know that until just right now when you said this. Is that 100%?
Yeah, they're not in the squad.
Three were not going to the World Cup.
They must have some team.
Well, that's so
yeah, they're not going to the World Cup.
So that's brilliant. For Arsenal, like, it's brilliant.
Good for us, yeah. But they must have some team.
Must have something. Well, I actually fancy Brazil to win the World Cup. That's who I fancy.
I think France are looking good as well.
Well, they must have some team.
They must have some team. I was like, those players are not bad. Okay, Martinelli maybe in the forwards. He has to come of age a little bit. Gabriel at the back. But Jesus is an animal. They don't have a place for him. But yeah, even in the squad. You know what I mean?
No, we're going to have to have a little chat about Jesus.
Yeah.
No. That man. I hear everybody, all Arsenal fans, hyping this fella up to be this and that. So here I come along, and I want to go the opposite to us.
What? He's decent though, Kyle. He's decent, man. I'm not disagreeing with you, but he's decent. Come on, he puts.
I tell you about
Jesus. Compared to Lacazette.
I tell you about Jesus. Jesus is a top quality footballer, Dev. Let's get this straight.
Yes.
He's top quality. He is a nightmare up in the forward position for defenders.
Yeah.
Because he's always on the move. He's a tricky, skillful player. He brings in other players into the game. Brilliant. Don't get me wrong. Brilliant. Don't ask him to score you 20, 25 goals a season. Not going to happen.
Damn it.
And for me, personally speaking, for us to really challenge Man City to win the league title, we need an out-and-out goal scorer that's going to score you that 20, 25 goals a season.
Yeah, we need a machine.
You know what I mean? And I don't think Jesus is our answer to do that. Yes, he's brilliant in the other part of the game.
He is.
But he's not a no goal scorer, Dave. And I said that from the very beginning.
Yeah. We need someone that's just going to put the ball in, like Haaland. I don't want to make comparisons to a player of his quality. You know, Haaland is unbelievable. But Haaland just puts the ball in. Some of them are a little bit spectacular, but most of them, it's just hit low into the corner. Hit low into the corner with incredible power. He blasts it, but he hits it into the corner, and it reminds me of Gnabry at Bayern. He was exactly the same. All 3 of his goals, if you didn't know he scored a hat-trick, you'd think it was the same goal replayed 3 times. He hits it low into the corner. nothing spectacular. It's not Tony Yeboah. It's not hitting off the underside of the crossbar, and that's what we need. I've been impressed with Jesus. He's a real handful, man.
He is a handful.
I agree what you're saying.
I agree what
you're saying. We need a Vardy.
But we just need someone who's going to score you them 20 goals, 25 goals a season. I used to play as a striker in my old days, and I used to play soccer. And to tell you the truth, it didn't matter to me, and look, I wasn't no Jesus or anything like that, but it didn't matter to me what way the ball went into the back of the net once it was a goal. So Haaland, I think Haaland is exceptional, and he don't care. Once the ball hits the net, that's all that matters to him.
Yeah.
But Jesus, like, how many? If you got stats there in front of you, Dave, how many goals has he scored so far this season in the Premier League now? Not all competitions, just in the Premier League.
I actually don't, but let me bring it up. I know he's nowhere near the top because I was looking at it a few days ago. He's nowhere near the top, I know that. Yeah, there's a lot of people ahead of him. Of course, Haaland. Let me just bring that up there if he actually wants to do it for me. Yeah, all right. Just 1 second, it's coming up. Haaland is number 1. Kane is number 2. Ivan Toney is number 3. The Wi-Fi is very slow here. Here we go. All right. Sorry, kind of went off there. He is in 8th place. 5 goals, 3 assists, and he's played 10 games. Goals per 90.52. Minutes per goal, 173. Total shots, 25. Goal conversion rate is 20. Shot accuracy, 60. Yeah, that actually, it rings true what you were saying, yeah. It rings true what you were saying. He's in 8th place.
Yeah. He's a busy player, Dave. He's a busy bee there in the box. You know what I mean? He causes hassle there, and he's a nuisance. He'd be a headache, but he's not going to score you 20, 25 goals a season. And for any Premier League team to win the Premier League, you need that up forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And let's get something straight now. Let me get this now straight.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that's watching. No excuses. I know that we're playing Manchester City, or we're fighting Man City for the Premier League. I understand that. And Man City are an unbelievable team with unbelievable players.
Their wing play, man. The width that they produce on the field is
unbelievable.
Like the width. They just get the ball in.
No excuses. We have to finish 2nd. I'm not accepting 3rd. I'm not accepting 4th. I'm accepting 2nd. We have to fight tough this season. And when Man City wins the league, which they win, I want them to win the league by about, 7, 8, maybe 9 points there ahead of Arsenal. Not these 15, 20 points ahead of us. I'm sick of that happening. We have to fight.
That could happen, though, man. I mean, they're gonna pull clear at some point. I mean, they
will pull clear, but we have to keep it up. We just have to. If not, serious questions have to be asked. I'm not accepting this. I'm not putting up with any more excuses, Dave. I'm fucking
with the team
excuses.
With the team we have at the moment, with the players he has, I've been impressed by Zinchenko, of course, Jesus. The big thing with the two of them is they have Premier League experience. And they've got a winning mentality. They've brought that to the training ground. They brought it onto the pitch.
Absolutely.
Their influence has been, immeasurable. And that Premier League experience is, but I agree with you, man. You're actually dead right. Martinelli, nothing but respect for him. He has played out of his skin. But we do need someone just a little bit more senior that can hit 20, 25 goals. Like Mitrovic at Fulham. He's a serious player. He's well up there on the scoring ranks. Trossard scored against City yesterday. He's ahead of Jesus. Ivan Toney.
I love Trossard.
Harry Kane, of course, with all those brilliant penalties. You know what I mean? So I
See,
never
put
stopped
the ball
giving
in
it
the
to
net.
Harry Kane. Harry Kane, right? But yeah, who has been your player of the season so far? You can name two if you want. I mean, I know it's hard to kind of maybe put one.
I say Haaland is exceptional for what he's doing.
Mm.
Dave, I had this argument last week with a friend of mine. He said to me, Kyle, you're talking shite. He's terrible to watch.
They always come out and say
I
that
said, what
to
do you
you.
mean
I
he's
don't know
terrible
what
to watch?
the thing is with that.
He's terrible to watch. I said, he's the best scorer in world football. What are you talking about? But sure, he don't do that much in a game. I said, don't do that much. I said, he puts the ball in the back of the net. That's what he's getting paid for.
He's a
People
forward.
have no idea. Haaland, number one. And I'll tell you who I'm going for now, Dave. And you're going to laugh, man. You're going to laugh.
Harry Kane.
I think, wait there now, there's another player. I won them three. So I think Trossard is having an exceptional season. And I think he's a brilliant player. And I'd love to have him at Arsenal Football Club.
What a goal. He's got a hammer. What a goal scorer.
And number three, and I'm only saying this now because he's my best player of the season so far for Arsenal Football Club. Xhaka. Xhaka is absolutely starring this season.
What happened to him? I mean, it's like a complete transformation. He's just feeling the love. He's peaceful. He's hugging guys. He's doing this when he scores, and he's like that to the crowd. You know, a transformation. I mean, Arteta can't take. Surely Arteta can't take all the plaudits for that. I mean, that's not to do with Arteta. Things are coming finally, but man, if we don't push and get that striker. Like you said, man, this is our chance. This season we can do something, but we need that striker. Saliba has been immense. I mean, Saliba has been immense. Jesus, an animal at the back. But yeah, Xhaka, we're firing.
Gabriel in the backs is dodgy out.
Yeah,
it's a liability.
He likes to drag guys down or like grab them by the shoulders. What the fuck? But don't put your hands on him. Get tight, but don't. He likes to kind of. He panics, and I think it looks like he's tired or something. It's like he runs out of energy. Whereas Saliba will play the ball. Saliba will play the ball. He'll play the ball. He'll play the ball. He plays the man too, but he don't put his hands around him. But Saliba will get to the ball.
Yeah.
He puts his body in the way. He'll take a check. He'll take a knock, or he'll clear it. But the other fella's like in the box. He's behind the striker, and he's trying to wrestle him. Man, stop doing that. And Saliba's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But last week against Leeds, in the last minute, that, I'll tell you one thing. If I would have been in the stand, I would have ran down onto the pitch after him. Fucking idiot. But he signed a new contract there. And listen, I'm happy enough with that because he is young. He is learning the trade. And I think he will become better. But at the moment, he's a bit of a liability. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far as saying at the moment, I'll drop him for a few games. Just give him a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna talk a little bit about me meeting Edu and my experience of it. And I don't want to sway anyone's opinions. I'm just going to tell you what I saw. I was in London just after the Queen had passed away. And I said I'll take a stroll. I'll take a stroll over to the London Eye, done by the riverside. It was by the County Hall. And I went in to use the public toilets. I sat down, I had something to eat. I was chilling. It was a beautiful day. I went in to use the public toilets, came back out. As I was coming out, I saw a man that looked the absolute spitting image of Edu with a beautiful woman, his wife, I mean, cracker. So anyway, he had two minders with him, muscle. And these guys were absolute bone breakers. One of them, you just knew he wouldn't take any crap. So they went in and they went to use the toilets. I was just looking and I listened and he was speaking Portuguese. That can't be him. I said, he's in the crowd like just today, just normal guy. I said, it can't be him. No way, man. So I went outside and I waited on the steps just outside. Lo and behold, out he came, and he sat up on top of the wall next to me. And he was with the wife, they were just relaxing in the sun. And he knew that I knew that I had copped who he was, yeah. I could see by his body language and his eyes. And he knew that I knew. And he actually looked a bit uncomfortable because I thought I was one of those guys that had a problem with him. So I walked up and I said, are you Edu Gaspar? He said, I am. And he looked like, oh no, I'm going to get, this guy's going to pick on me. He thought he must be getting verbally abused there by fans a lot because he looked uncomfortable. Now this guy, Kyle, is 6'3". He's towering over me. I'm 5'10". I'm built, yeah. I'm built. But this guy is tall and strong and athletic. He's 6'3". You know what I mean? But he looked nervous. He must be getting a lot of abuse from fans because when I asked him his name, he shuddered. He looked like, oh God, And the minders were just looking at me, and he was kind of like, it's okay. And I said, do you mind if I have a photo? So I took a photo with the guy. He's an Invincible, yeah. I'm a fan of the Invincibles. He was part of the squad. Yeah. I never thought I would beat one of them in a million years. So I took a photo with him. And he was with family, like I said. I wasn't going to tear the man apart. But I said, have a nice day. I said, thank you. But I have to say, though, obviously, people have their opinions about him. I respect it. But he was a gentleman from start to finish. He couldn't have been nicer. Of course, with the club and stuff, I understand himself and Arteta, they're a bit, But the guy was a complete gentleman, and it was nice to meet him. But like I said, he definitely has been getting abuse because when I asked him his name, he was like, "Oh no, is this one of these fans that likes me, or is this one of the fans that hates me?" Because I think he has been getting a lot of that, a lot of rough treatment. He looked concerned when I asked him his name. Now I don't look like a pussy, fair enough. You know what I mean? I don't look like a fairy boy. But he looked concerned when I went up to him. I'm telling you, man, if you would seen his face, he was like, "Oh, are you Edu Gaspar?" Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think he's been getting a stick around the streets of London. That's all I can say.
But he wouldn't be soft. He wouldn't be a soft touch, like athletic.
No, he's a big guy. He's 6'3",
so I know how tall that is. Like
yeah, he's athletic. He's rangy. You can see his legs. You can see that he's kicked the ball once or twice. He's just strong.
Oh, yeah.
Stronger than us.
But it's a great thing. It's a great thing to be able to say you met one of the Invincible star there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I met him, and I had a picture taken with him. And like I said, he was Gemini. His wife, oof, God Almighty, va-va-boom. But we're on air now, so I have to keep it clean. But si, senor. Anyway,
unbelievable.
She's very nice, man. She's very nice.
Well, you have that. You have a bit of fame, a bit of stardom. You have all the women you want.
And I'm not gay, yeah, but he's a handsome fucker. Like, he's a
handsome fucker, yeah.
His hair straight and his hair.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? He's not an ugly fucker. I'm not gay, but I know a good-looking man when I see one. His wife. Whoa. His wife. Ooh, man.
Different world, Dave. Different world, son.
Boom. So yeah, two single guys like us, we probably have a chance. You know what I mean? I look on Tinder later, see she on Tinder.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm sure she come running to us.
He's probably on like footballers' wives Tinder, Wags Tinder. They probably have their own like Tinder group. What was I going to say? Do you think we're going to finish top 4? I know you want us to get second, but honestly, United, they're kind of resurfacing. Liverpool what is going on with Liverpool? Spurs, but Liverpool, can you make sense of that? I mean, they've lost their mojo.
I tell you what I feel. My father was a Liverpool fan all his life, and he said to me at the end of last season, forget about Liverpool for the next year or two. I'm not expecting anything from Liverpool next season. That's what my father said to me at the end of last season. So I asked him, what did he mean by that? So he said to me, we won 2 cups, we lost the league title by 1 point, and we got beaten in the Champions League final. We came so close to winning the 4 trophies. And a lot of football had to be played for that achievement, and we still couldn't do it because of Man City. So he reckons too much football, and at the end of it, it broke their hearts because they didn't win the big ones and after trying so hard. And then with the Mane sale as well, they're not the same at all, Dave. They're just not the same.
Yeah, and Mane went, and they're gonna be off the boil. I mean, Martinelli definitely.
And their midfielder ancient, Dave. Let's call facts. Their midfielder ancient. James Milner, he's 40 years of age. Henderson. They're all ancient.
Yeah, against Arsenal, they didn't have the legs. It looked like they didn't have the legs to get across. Martinelli was moving one way, Saka was going the other. Jesus was his usual self, just making a nuisance of himself. They didn't have the legs to cover the runs. And like the first goal, for example, okay, we started quick, but Martinelli's goal, Alexander-Arnold as well is having an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
He's just whatever. Oh my God.
And I don't think Van Dijk has come back to his space since that injury with Pickford.
No, definitely not. He's lost something. He's not as dominant as he used to be.
No.
Before, when the ball came into the box, he would clear house. He would take man, ball, and everything else, and he used to stride into the midfield, and you couldn't stop him. He's like a buffalo. He's like Haaland. When he opens up, when he strides forward with the ball, it's very hard to stop him. He's a big lad. He's not doing that anymore. He's not dominating. I mean, we had a lot of success against him. We were running wild in front of them. They were trying to hold the line and they were defending the 6-yard box, but we were picking them apart. Odegaard, I mean, we had loads of time on the ball. We should have beaten them by more. I'm not being arrogant.
Wait, you asked me, do I think we finished in the top 4? And I'll just make this to you. If we don't, Arteta out with immediate effect. But for me, they have top 2. End of story. Never mind this top 4. Top 2, end of story. And I accept nothing else. Top 2. And don't get top 2, in my eyes, Arteta can fuck off. Simple as. Top 2. Unacceptable if we don't get us. I know Man United are coming back and Chelsea and all this. I don't care.
But it's good that it's good that both of those teams drew yesterday because that keeps them further back. I was happy.
Well, we have to win today.
It's going to be a tricky one. I mean, the game is on at 2. I'm working at 5. We have to be, because I have to travel across like a large part of London. I have to be leaving early, but I'll be keeping an eye on it when I'm on my way to work. But it's going to be a cracker. And I mean, the team have to go out with the right mentality. They have to have that set in place from day one. They need to win the game. It doesn't matter. 1-0, ugly, I'll be happy. I don't care. Anything. Just get the ball over the line. It's going to be a test. I mean, it will be a test. And their stadium, their fans are just because they're in the position they are, they've lost 3 from the last 5. They've only 1 win. Their fans are Walsh's and they are up for it. It's like dangerous to be playing them now. I don't know. It's 11 against 11, Kyle. You played, you know. It's 11 against 11.
I'm very wary. I'm very wary about today's game. I tell you what, I tell you straight up now, Dave, and this is what I'm saying. There's one player that I'm going to look at closely today because I am fucking sick of him. Odegaard.
Yeah.
He don't put in a performance today for me. He can fuck off.
Yeah. Not just under the lights of the Emirates. We want to see him against Southampton now. Not just at home. Yeah.
That's for hyping them up, make them out to be the next Zinedine Zidane. He's far from it.
Zinedine Zidane.
He's been missing for the last 3 or 4 or 5 games, and he's the captain of the club. It's not good enough.
He's not fit to clean Zidane's boots.
He wouldn't be fit enough to clean my boots. They're mine, Zidane's boots at the moment, the way he's playing.
Jeez,
he's a joke.
Zidane was... Boy, man.
Different class. But the thing is, he has to start producing. And there's no point giving a little pass and then disappearing for 90 minutes. I want to see him putting in a performance.
No.
If he's not doing it, sit on the first bench. And today, it's the
He's a
sort
bit
of
of a
game that
sunshine
we need
player.
the players to roll up their sleeves and play football.
You were saying about Jesus earlier, though, and I agree with you. Yeah, like the record speaks for itself. The stats don't lie. But the one thing I liked about him since he came to the club, when we're doing the press, when we're pushing up on top of them, he moves forward. He puts them under real pressure, the centre backs, and then he looks left and right, and the other two guys were not moving in, and he went like him, push forward, everyone together, and then they moved in, and all of a sudden they couldn't get the ball out as easy. I like the way we press from the front, and he does it intelligently. He's moving between the lines. Sometimes he doesn't do it at all, and they forget he's there. They play a slack pass, he's on it. He's. But I agree with you. We need an out-and-out striker that's going to hit 20, 25 goals. But Jesus, for me, has been. I don't know. Do you get it? But I'm a big fan of his. I really, when I see him play, I smile. He's a handful, a real handful. And he goes into, like, even when he can't get a shot away, he makes the defender physically go to ground and block it. He takes him out of the equation. And the ball might break. The ball might come to someone else. But he makes the defender come in on top of him. He goes in. He goes into the challenge to stop the defender getting it, having an easy ride of it. You know, he's fully committed, Kyle. You have to say that about him, man. He's 110% committed. Jesus gives everything he has.
Absolutely, Dev. 100%.
I agree with you. We need a top striker. I agree with you. Martinelli's not going to cut it. Like, I love Martinelli. If we got one more player, if we got that striker. But Ivan Toney, I mean, who could we get? Yeah, man, you know,
we were calling.
Vardy's a muppet, but Vardy.
You know, but yeah, we were calling for this. Do you remember back in the summer? We said get Ivan Toney or someone like that that we need another striker. We, as the fan base, was saying that last summer, and here we are doing very well. Big expectations out for the season. And if we had that other striker that we all called for, we'd be in a great position. Once again, let me stress, Jesus, top player, 110%. He tries his hardest. He does his best. But just can't find the back of the net. Now, today, he might turn around and score a hat-trick today and put egg on my face. And I hope he does. But I will be put this way there. There's a bookies just across the road from me here. I wouldn't be running down throwing a 10 on him to be first goal scorer or anything. Do you know what I mean?
No. I looked at William Hill yesterday. They said Jesus first to score. I said no.
I have a better chance scoring tonight, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
And that ain't going to happen, my friend.
Me too. And then I'm all at sea. But yeah, it's like it's like what you're saying. At least we can laugh about it. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It's like it's true what you're saying. But the thing is, I just think it's a pity why I still say Arteta out. I think it's a pity with the players we have at this moment in this season, because it's like Liverpool. You don't know what's going to come in the future. Next season, we do not know what's going to come. Right at this moment, like as well with Arteta as manager, as well with that new striker, we need to strike while the iron's hot, and nothing lasts forever. Saka will not be at the club forever. Odegaard will not be at the club forever. Jesus will not be at the club forever. Saliba, now we have a real chance, and it's a pity that we don't give it actually more, like you say, because we have a chance this season. It's maybe going to last for 2 or 3 years, and then it's just going to peter out like Liverpool. It's just a shame. All right, Luca AFC is in the house. I'm good, man. How are you? Big up yourself. If you haven't already, guys, subscribe to this man's channel, like his videos, and make sure you comment in the comment section below. And if you subscribe, click on that notifications bell. Like, get notified every time he uploads content. All right. Hi, Carl. I think that's meant to be you. All right, Carl. Carl Muldoon. He thinks you're Carl Muldoon from the streets of San Francisco. No, he's not. Nice to meet you, Carl. All right. You're getting renamed. You've been rechristened. Who am I then? I'm Edwin.
I could be called worse things, Dave. You know what I mean?
It's I've been called worse as well myself. You could live with it. You could live with it.
Absolutely.
What do you think the score is going to be today?
Ooh,
I'll take
I'm
1
gonna
0. I'll
go.
take 1 0. 1 0, 1 0.
I'm gonna stay positive. I'm going 2-0 to Arsenal.
2 0.
Yeah.
There you go, Luca. He thinks it's going to be 2 0. I think we could win 1 0 or 2 1, but I really agree with Kyle. I got your name right. I really agree with Kyle. I think we're going to. It's going to be an interesting game. Like you said, I think the first 20 minutes is going to dictate, but we need to show them that we're just not. Yeah, Luca thinks it's going to be the same as Mia, but we need to show them that we're just not a fancy team playing good football. We need to show that physicality. I do like the way the team has become a bit ruthless. No matter what went before it, like in the Leeds game, we controlled the outcome and we won. Maybe a bit lucky, but I like that ruthless streak to the team. Against PSV, there was a real ruthless streak to the team. Like cold. Joanna's in the house. She's a big fan of Kyle. I actually met Joanne like 2 weeks ago. I went to her home. She invited me to Norwich. I went to Norwich.
I saw that vid.
We did a stream, man. She put on the jersey. She shaved my head for me. She had a jersey and everything. This one actually, not the same jersey, but like the same season. She put this one on and everything, and she was like, she did her makeup. Respect to her, man. She did her makeup and everything, Kyle. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I was looking at her doing her makeup, and I was like,
Joanne had some good things. She had some good things there to say as well. She knew what she was on about.
And she's very proud. And I mean, we went outside in the city. We were going around, and she did not give a crap about anyone. She had this jersey on, cold open, showing the colours to the world. And she couldn't care what people think. And this was on match day. Yeah, this was the Europa League game at the Emirates against Bodo. But she went out, man, on the street. You know, there's always a couple of young Muppets around. She did not. Okay, I was there, of course. I mean,
a true supporter.
Yeah, she's a true supporter. She went out, she showed the colours, and yeah, she's actually very clued in with the team.
Oh, she is, yeah. You can hear it in her, yeah. You can when she was talking, you knew that she knew what she was talking about. You know what I mean?
She's very clued in, and she'd be texting Lee Gunner on Instagram, and he replies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually replies. She's like, Lee, what do you think about this? And he's like, yeah, you know, yeah, she's clued in there. She's clued in. She knows what time it is. Can't stand Arteta and Edu. Constantly ripping the piss out of them. Any chance she gets, nailing them to the wall. She loves Mark Overmars. She'd smother her mother for a shout out to title with him. He was actually chatting up her friend, she was telling me. It's probably better if she tells that story herself. But once she was at the stadium and Mark Overmars was there, and he was making noise at her friend, and her friend was well in there, like. He is a bit of a. You see that story about him recently, though. He is a bit of a lady. He's got an eye for the ladies, huh?
I will be told if I was a top footballer like him.
He was very good, man. Like, regardless of what he was doing in his private life, he was very, very good. Somebody, let me just put these comments in. Joanne Smith thinks it's going to be 3-0 to Arsenal. Hello, Kyle. She likes Kyle as well,
Hello, Joanne.
And she likes Overmars. So, I think it's Overmars' hair she likes. That's me screwed. Hi, guys. Great panel. Yeah, we're doing our bit, Alex. You know, we're doing our bit. I gave our channel a big up anyway, Alex. But all things have to come to an end. Got a good feeling today. Yeah, I think we need to impose ourselves on the game. When we go out, we need to impose ourselves.
Luke is confident today. He's more confident than what I am.
His channel is a success, so he's taking it to the next level. His confidence is spreading through everything, you know, all areas of his life. I live in the land of the Yo-Yo Club, Norwich. Yes, you do. Jesse Tazarikis, will you be showing the game? No, my friend. I'll be on my way to work, unfortunately. I got to make the money. YouTube isn't paying me, so I need to, I need to go to work. I won't be showing it, unfortunately, but I might do a review after the game, after we win 7-0, and Jesus hits 2 hat-tricks.
Yeah.
Or will you be talking about it? I might do a review, like I said, but I'm going to work today, so I'm not going to be online when the game is actually on. I'll be earning my money. Next time, call me, mate, before you're on. Laugh it out. Yeah, I texted you. Well, I don't know, is your phone working? Because you said you had phones, Joanne. I should have called you. Yes, Overmars is nice, but hey, the not much hair is hot too. Laugh it out. You like the shaven head look, the short hair as well. That's nice. Just myself, Kyle. Kyle's like, that is what you call it. Look at that. Shaven to the bone. All right, let's see what's going to go on. I don't know how long you can stay on, Kyle, but anytime you need to go on, man, you let me know because you've been on serious shift. You've been on a serious shift. Looking ahead, I mean, the PSV game that we just won, that has qualified us for the Europa League for the next round. I mean, how far can we go? I'm working with a load of Arsenal fans at the moment. Of course, I'm living in London. I'm working close to the stadium, but there's many Arsenal fans there. Couple of Spurs as well. We give them some abuse. But the Arsenal fans, they really think we can win the Europa League. They want us at least to get into the final. The problem I have is that the teams that don't make it through in the Champions League, they all come down into the Europa League then. And that's where the problem will be for us. I mean, they're still doing that, right? Those teams, then they drop into the Europa League. There's some good teams up in the Champions League, and the difference in quality is, we've been on a good run. The win over PSV was encouraging. We dominated. We did dominate that game. And we showed Martin Keown's old buddy, Van Nistelrooy, what time it was. In fairness to Nistelrooy, he was respectful. Scumbag as a player, but respectful as manager. But he was a pure scumbag, Kyle, as a player. Van Nistelrooy. Oh,
absolute fucking prick.
Scumbag.
And that whole thing with Vieira getting sent off and all that, was a disgrace. And not Petty Martin landed the prick up in Rose 8.
Yeah.
But Dave, to answer your question, mate, I'll be honest with you. I think we're only going to get as far as the quarterfinals in the Europa League. I don't see us winning the Europa League. I think we'll be knocked out by a Champions League team that's going to come down out of the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it gets to the last 8, the last 4, I think we will struggle.
Yeah.
I think we will struggle unless if they do some business in January. But I can't see us buying anyone in January. You know what I mean?
Now, we need to reinforce the squad going into January. I mean, March is when it comes to kind of the crunch point of every season. It's now not even November. We have time. I mean, they should be looking. I don't know, do they watch any of the fan channels? I don't know, do Arteta and the lads actually listen to the fans? Obviously, they're not listening to the old school Gunner, but do they ever hear about League Gunner or Arsenal Fan TV or Troops or any of these guys? I mean, their opinions count for a lot. The problem I have is that the former players at the club, Ian Wright is a hero of mine as a player, but a lot of these guys are just jumping on the bandwagon and supporting the management and the owners and this and that. I get it. They're getting paid. They're taking a cut. Business. But as a former player, they should look out for the team now. I mean, if I was a former player, I wouldn't care about the almighty buck. I would care about the club. You know what I mean? Especially guys that played at the club a long time. I don't know, the former players, they do their analysis, they do this, they do that, but they don't actually take it to hand. Maybe they're not in a position to, but their opinions carry weight. It can make a difference. When a former player speaks out, you and me, Kyle, but when a former player speaks out, it can make a difference. Like Dennis Bergkamp, okay, he's a private guy, living over in Amsterdam with his family, I get it. But former players, they can carry weight. If Thierry Henry said something, I've nothing but respect for Henry. He does speak openly. Yeah? Do you think they'll win the Europa League? No. Not with what I've seen so far. That was the best one. But, yeah.
The man is right. Yeah. They're not going to win the Europa League.
Players need to speak out a bit more, man, because their opinions carry weight.
Well, you see, Dave, I'm just listening to you there, and I'm like Henry. I say things straight up. I don't think Arsenal will win the Europa League. I said to you already, quarterfinals maybe. Ian Rice is also a hero of mine. I was at a wedding with Ian Rice. I have pictures in my sitting room of me and Ian Rice framed, two of us hugging each other and stuff like that. And he was a gentleman to me at the wedding. My hero. But as a pundit, watching him on Match of the Day is embarrassing. What he says about Arsenal Football Club is embarrassing. And what fucking finished me all together was when he tried to say not about Eddie and Keith, if you have nothing good to say.
Oh, yeah. Shut your mouth.
And shut your fucking mouth, he said. And if you don't, you're not an Arsenal fan. Sorry, Mr. Ian Rice, I got news for you. I'm an Arsenal fan since 1986.
Disgraceful.
It's now 2022 and I'm still an Arsenal supporter. Where the fuck have you been? So don't come out telling me to be an Arsenal fan or how to be an Arsenal fan. I don't need to hear what you have to say. You did your job. You scored the goals. You won us the trophies. You made me celebrate. You made me happy. But as a pundit, as an Arsenal ambassador, as an Arsenal PR man, fuck off.
Yeah, it was disrespectful to the fans, and he wasn't just talking to the young 15-year-old going around that doesn't have a clue about life. A lot of the fans, they're like you and me, and Arsenal Alex, Del Boy. They've supported the club a hell of a long time. He was talking to us too. I mean, that was disrespectful because we have the club's best interests at heart. And Ketia, not up to it. And I like Eddie. I like the guy, and I wish him nothing but the best in his career. He's improved a little bit this season, but he's not the finished article yet. We were only telling the truth. He disrespected you and me. Claude, God rest his soul. Chig, God rest his soul. You know what I mean? Disrespected all of us. Our opinions don't matter. The fans are the lifeblood of any club. We are decent. We are decent people. I mean, we are not the guys that go out there and indulge in racism or violence after games. No. We go to support the club for 90 minutes and through our lives. Sometimes they lose contact with how much it means to people supporting the club. They're not in touch with reality. They don't realize how much it actually means to people. They're in a bubble. And Ian Wright, he's a former player. He's met many fans down through the years, I'm sure. Of all the people to come out and say something, he should know better. He came from nothing himself. To be a good football player, a guy I admired before that, and his behaviour was just disrespectful in every way, shape or form. Before, back in the day, he was one of the lads. He was a boy. He could rock. I mean, if you met him on the street, he can throw the hands. But now, you want to be careful, man, because he's not as tough as he used to be, and he's not getting any younger. Some people would take that very, very personally. It was very, very, I just don't know. Jeez, the sun is shining like I don't know. It's like in Miami. I'm all right, guys.
You're after getting a bit of our sunshine over there, though. So you are, Dave?
It's after turning away from Wexford and it's leaning towards Southwest London. Actually gone blind, I think. Here we go. Joanne Smith. She likes Lee Dixon. Yeah, I'd say you do all right, Joanne. I know what you'd be talking about now.
A legend of the game. Great player.
Yeah, he's got a... I think Joanne would like to be tackled by him. You know what I mean? Tell Mike on our TV, there's the boys. Yeah, we're live and kicking, man. I gave her channel a big up a while ago. I gave you a mention. So there you go, guys. If you haven't already, check out this man's channel. And man Kyle knows well.
Big up.
Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And make sure you click on the notifications bell. Every time he uploads content, he's uploading a lot of content right now, that you get notified about it. Like his videos and comment in the comment section below. I think he uploaded like yesterday or the day before, I think 2 days ago. So check that out. One of his infamous rants. Joanne, rest in peace, Claude and Chig. Yeah, Ian Wright's comments, man, they were disrespectful to all the Arsenal fans that have gone before. Past, present, those that are no longer with us. Kyle, when you come out and say something like that, man, it's just like his behaviour was, I don't want to harp on about it, but honest to God.
It was a disgrace, Steph. And you have to call it as it is. And he's a hero as a soccer player, as an Arsenal player. He was my hero. And he'll always be a hero to me as a soccer player, doing his job. But as a fucking human being, as a PR man for Arsenal, as an ambassador for Arsenal, as whatever the head he is at Arsenal, it's an absolute disgrace in what he said. Especially to that fan, because that is saying the same words to all of us. Nobody is going to tell me how to support my club. I'm supporting them 37 years. A lot more than what Mr. Ian Wright has done for the club. So, on that note, I don't want to hear nothing from them fellas. The talk's bullshit anyway, Dave.
He took the money.
The same. Yeah. He's only interested in selling beer and all over the
He's a yes man. He took the money.
Yes man. Martin Keown is the fucking worst of them all.
Yeah.
He talks nothing only fucking shite. We have to pull on him. Dennis Bergkamp, you never hear from him. Thierry Henry tells it how it is.
Yeah,
And you have
Talks
to
about
credit
that.
them lads. But the rest of them, they're all on the payroll. They'll say whatever they get paid. It's a joke. It's crazy.
It's true. It's true. All right, the sun is getting very strong here now on this side. Let me just move over a bit before I get blinded completely. All right, there we go. But yeah, it's true, man. And I mean, he took the fame, he took the money, and then to treat the fans like that after the career he's had, the support he's received. I mean, it's just some bad taste. You would never hear Henri coming out and saying something like that. I mean,
And
Henri
the other
carries a
thing,
lot of weight.
the thing that kills me the most about that situation is if he was talking about Bergkamp or Henri or someone like that, so you kind of say, right, maybe the man is right. But he's talking about Eddie fucking Nketiah. Today is Sunday. We have the Wexford District League here today in the town here. And I tell you straight up, I wouldn't put Eddie Nketiah on my local soccer team. That's the reality of it. That's how bad he is. He's an absolute disgrace of a player. I wouldn't have him nowhere near the club.
Jesus, Eddie's getting it. But I understand.
Oh, no, I can't stand him.
I understand why, as a former player, he wants to support the younger players coming in, but it's like blind devotion. It doesn't make any sense. And in fairness, he's not worthy of a starting place. Even playing him in the Europa League, he's got a little bit closer. Yeah, it's like, now instead of being 2 meters wide of the post, he's a meter wide when he shoots. But Bodo, on PSV, they were on their knees at that point. I mean, it's not up to much.
This fella's getting £100,000 a week, Dev. £100,000 a week from the club. And by the way, Joanne, Mr. Smith or Mr. Adams, Captain Adams, I two things to say about that. First of all, I got word the other day, Dave. I'm getting the Adams jersey from 1989 signed and all from Tony Adams. I'm getting it handed to me on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to getting a frame.
How did you organise that, do you mind asking?
Oh, there's an old man of mine that knew a certain fella who was able to get it. So, yeah, I'm going to get a frame. I'll take a picture and send it to you on WhatsApp, Dev.
Oh, yeah,
get it on Wednesdays. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Man, you must be delighted.
I'm delighted. But the thing is,
he's a good dancer.
He is a true legend. But what is he doing on that fucking Strictly Come Dancing? I just don't know.
He's a good dancer.
Once again, terrible to watch. Both as a player, top class.
Brilliant player. And he battled his demons, Kyle, man. He battled his demons.
He surely did, Dev. Brilliant.
It's just a perfect story. Yes.
I have a quick story to tell you.
Do. Entertain me.
I know the great Paul McGrath. I know Paul McGrath. I know him personally. He lives here in Enniscorthy. And I've had many a conversation with him about games and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He's a Chelsea fan. But he was telling me that they were playing Arsenal one day. Aston Villa were playing Arsenal one day in Highbury. And the man of the match was going for... man of the match was a toss-up between McGrath and Adams. Mm. So I think Adams got it. But McGrath said the funny thing about it was the night before and the morning before the game, he told me that the two were drinking about 15 pints of Guinness and about 3 or 4 fucking vodkas. And they went out and gave an exhibition of football. So you wouldn't get away with it today, Dave. But the boys were drinking like fishes and giving man of the match performances. That just goes to show how great those players were.
Different caliber, man, different generation, different mentality. But back then, like, players kind of came from, they came from nothing to prove themselves. Now it's kind of not manufactured, but it's kind of gone the way music has gone. Like you would know one coming from now it's just all manufactured. It's kind of the same thing. People with a bit less about them. You know what I mean? Like Adams coming back, he had a lot to prove when he came back into the team and he beat alcoholism and this and that. And Wenger helped him, of course, a lot. But when he played on the pitch then, he played with desire and he played with heart and he played with determination. And that goes a long, long way. A long way. It's not all about ability. course, he was a fantastic defender, but that is nothing if you don't put in the effort and actually the will to win and the character and the spirit and the guts on the field of play. And when he came up against a former England teammate, one of the best strikers in the league at the time, Alan Shearer, they shook hands at the end of the game, but in the 90 minutes, you know what I mean? He was completely loyal to Arsenal. These days, you see guys hugging each other a little bit and, how are you?
That annoys me.
Minutes after the game is grand, but before the game, you can't afford.
I said it before, and I say it again. And this is not just ours. This goes for them all. If I'm managing my local soccer team here in town today, and I saw one of my players getting up and hugging one of the opponents, or shaking his hand, or saying, how are you getting on?
Dropped.
I'd say, hey, chap, get the fuck out the field.
Yeah.
And I say to him in the dressing room, you're never going to play for my club again. Disgraceful.
Yeah. Straight up, yeah. Has to be like that. I meant to ask you, what do you think about the whole Cristiano Ronaldo situation at United? I mean, him coming to United for a second time, Ten Hag is in charge now, and Ronaldo seems to be just like ruling the roost. Leaving, like, it was disrespectful to leave. Okay, he wasn't going to be featuring, but he left the stadium. He showered, he got in his car, and he went home. He wasn't playing, but that is a bit, at least stay with the team when they come off and be in the changing room and support the team. That's a part of the game too, Kyle.
The problem is, Dave, is he's one of the greatest players ever to play the game. Fantastic player. It's a privilege to have watched him through all these years. Both. And I have to say both. Ronaldo, it's all about Ronaldo.
Mm.
And it's not good enough. He has to show respect to the young players that looks up to him. Like, it's not, let's get this straight. It's not just within the professional game. This is worldwide. This affects the young lads that's playing the match here across the road from me today. 10 years of age. They're looking up. Who do you think all these children are looking up to? They're looking up to the likes of Ronaldo, Mbappe, Messi. These big players. So when they see the likes of their idols carrying on like that, they're going to carry on like that. It's not setting the right tone for these youngsters.
Yeah, I think
so Ronaldo needs to shake himself up and realise that he's the position in life that he's in. And he has to come to a realisation that his career is coming to an end. It's on the downside of his career now. And he should be, like, does he not realise how lucky he is, Dave, to have the money, to have the wealth, to have the fame, to have his family, his children? I think all his children are, I know he lost a child and I wouldn't like that happen to anybody, but I think his other children are all healthy and fit, and
he's blessed.
You know, he has a beautiful wife there and his mother is still alive.
Yeah.
Does he not realise how lucky he has it, really?
And he can stop at any time, Kyle. He has enough money. He can live in LA. He can live in New York. He
can do what he wants.
He wants in life. Anything he wants in life. Everything is open to him.
And I tell you what kicked me. It wasn't the fact that he walked out from the suspension down the tunnel or into the car and go home. Never mind that. What really got to me was there was 3 young boys, about 10 or 11 years of age. That boy has a son there, Zach, about his age. And the 3 of them are there with their hands out, looking at their idol. And the prick walked straight past the 3 of them. Instead of just putting out his hand and tipping the 3 of them. I'm not saying stand there, take autographs and take pictures. But if he tipped their hands, them lads would say, Ronaldo tipped me hand. It means a lot to those little boys. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, Dave. That there's no connection between the fans and players these days.
Yeah. That's a real shame, man. It's a real shame. I mean, I'm just going to big up Del Boy's son. He has a channel, Zach's Football TV. I subscribed to that like right at the beginning. I think it's got like almost 60 subscribers now. Subscribe to the guy's channel, guys. A little young gooner, Del Boy's kid. He's got his own channel, Zach Football TV. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Check it out. Do yourselves a favor. You never know what you might find. If it's anything like Del Boy, it's going to be entertaining. Say no more than that. If you've seen the streams, you know what I'm talking about. All right. By Gunnar, hi Taib, Joanne Smith. Let me just catch up. Kyle, who's your best player so far this season? Are you talking about for Arsenal, Joanne? I think you are, because he already said that he thinks his best player so far this season has been Premier League, has been Haaland. But for Arsenal, I think that's what you're talking about, right, Joanne? Best Arsenal player.
Shocking for Arsenal. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh, yeah. Granit Xhaka. The turnaround has been, I mean, I can't put my finger on it. I can't exactly say why. It's hard to pinpoint it. But the team started playing better. We got this new blood. But Xhaka himself has kind of turned the corner. I don't know what. Like, remember taking off the captain's armband and telling the fans to go fuck themselves. Sorry enough for my language, guys. But from that point to that, and his performances have improved. He's just there when it's needed. And he's actually got the confidence to have a goal. You see some of his shots. He's actually having a crack. And they're good shots. You know what I mean? It's weird with him. I don't know. It's like he's realised, yeah. But obviously the team is playing better. Partey is there alongside him. Odegaard is making moves. Saka is making moves. Jesus is making moves. The team as a whole are playing that bit better. And he's benefiting from that too. He's benefiting.
He's had to moving a bit more forward than what he was there. Is it like in a new
position
and a suit?
He is to the box,
you know?
Comments coming in about Ronaldo. Joanne, Ronaldo's past it. He's not getting any younger. Ryan City go disrespectful from Ronaldo to leave the stadium in the 89th minute. Haaland is a beast. Scored twice yesterday. He's too good. Ryan City go, if you don't know, is actually a Manchester City fan. He loves the club. All the comments coming through are going to be this and that City, but he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. Haaland is a beast. Scored twice. Yeah, I heard rumours actually that Arsenal are making a bid for Haaland and he could come to the club. They're going to give them Eddie Nketiah. I don't know, is that true? But I think that deal could be done within the next 24 hours. All right, we leave it there. All right. Yeah, but it is what it is, man. I think Ryan definitely thinks that City are going to win the league. Like a lot of people, like myself, to be honest. We just have to see the way it works out. I mean, the thing with Arsenal at the moment is we just got to take it game by game. Get to the new year and see which way things are looking. Get to January at least in contention. The thing is we drop off and we haven't been in contention a while. The nice thing this season is if we had like butterflies in the stomach again, if we were there or thereabouts and in with a shout going into the big games, you know. Like if we were a little bit behind City and we had them at the Emirates, that would be some buzz. You know what I mean? We haven't been in that position in a while. We've just been kind of stagnated. Now that we're kind of in a little bit of position, you've seen at the stadium, Kyle, you've seen it, man. The atmosphere is positive. And the fans are standing side by side, regardless if they're Arteta in or Arteta out. It's more of a positive vibe at the stadium because we're seeing a little bit of success. And everyone is kind of pushing behind the team. The roaring at the stadium in the Liverpool game, when they kept coming back at us, the team were completely supported by the fans. The fans got 110% behind them. And we weren't winning. You know what I mean? It's been very positive.
The stadium is louder now this season than ever was since we moved into it. There's an air of expectation around the place.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool. That's embarrassing from Liverpool. Forest were well up for it, man. They could have got 2 or 3. They were well up for it. I don't know. I think now is a good time to be playing Liverpool. Maybe not the next game because they're going to want to bounce back. But at the moment, in general, there are no great shakes. I mean, there's Firmino, for me, has been their best player. Bobby Firmino. I mean, against Arsenal, he created all kinds of problems. He almost got them something out of the game. Fantastic finish for the second goal. it's strange. Him coming back, Salah a little bit muted. Of course, Mane is gone. I don't know. I think they underestimated how good Mane was for them in the forwards. He used to track back all game, 90 minutes. He used to put the defenders under pressure. He used to put the midfield under pressure. You couldn't relax for a second with him around. They're lacking him too. Joanne she's up to her witchcraft. I'll own up now. I put a spell on Shaka to play well. And she put a spell on Mark Overmars to come into her bed. She's still waiting on that one to turn up. That could happen, though. That could happen. I'm going to Arsenal to win the league. I'm going for Arsenal to win the league now. Joanne, lay off the coffee, love. I mean, you should only have 2 cups of coffee in the morning instead of 3. Ease off the coffee. Arsenal to win the league. I tell you what, put your house on it. That's a good idea. And when it all goes pear-shaped, you can come up to London. I have the sofa there for you. Don't worry about it. All right, put your house on that, Joanne. Del Boy, are you, Joe? Arsenal to win the league. I admire her confidence. Firmino has been Liverpool's best player. Just having my Bailey's coffee. You see, I knew it. She's making it Irish. There's something going in there. Joe, did you put a spell on OSG? She did. She made all my hair go away. And she made my wife leave me. I lost my wife and my hair. All in one go. That's what the spell was. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. You want to head off, Kyle? Are you tired? It's cool if you want to go, man.
I'm okay, sure it's stairs. I'm only a few minutes ago now from...
for a long, long time, man.
I'll be chugging into the Gunners now at 1 o'clock, so not to worry.
Yeah, I hope to God. I mean, team selection is important too, but we need to play a full-strength team against them. I know we need to rest players from time to time, but you can do that in Europe a little bit. But we need a full-strength team out there. I mean, we can't be like putting on guys after half an hour when things are going bad. Like you said, we need to set the tone the first 20 minutes. We need to get on top. An early goal. We need an early goal. Like we've been doing that.
I don't want to see any passengers today.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm saying to you there. This Odegaard better play football today. I don't want to see passengers today. I'm sick of it. He don't put in a performance in the first 20, 25 minutes off the feed with him.
I don't know what you think of it out there, guys, like Joanne, Del Boy, and Ryan. What do you think of Martin Odegaard? Kyle is not the biggest fan of his, as you can understand, but I actually think he's been all right this season. But of course, a couple of sideways passes and a couple of intuitive balls into the box. And maybe he needs to, if he can score a couple of goals, it would be handy too. I mean, Del Boy in with a comment here. Let me just put that up. Okay, let me just run through them. Our thoughts on Tomiyasu at left back.
We have 2 left backs in the club. We have Shevchenko and we have Tierney. We bought Tomiyasu to be right back. So keep my fucking right back. And then Shevchenko and Tierney fight it out for left back. But to be quite honest with you, Tierney, he needs to put a string of performances together. And if not, for me, I'd be saying goodbye to him in the summer. Injured too many times. Too inconsistent. But Tomiyasu was right back. He's okay, Dave. He's only okay. Is he better than Ben White? I don't know. 2 are only okay.
He's not bad on the front foot as well. He's not bad going forward. He's quick and decisive. He's quick when he's fit, yeah. Better than Ben White? Hard to say. For me, Zinchenko, I know Zinchenko is playing on the other side, but for me, Zinchenko has been... His awareness around him when he's in possession is the main thing about Zinchenko. He doesn't leave us open to that counter. When he gets the ball, he moves it to areas where they can't hurt us. He looks in front of him and he sees what's on. And he plays a simple pass. Sometimes it's the best option. He plays a simple ball and he can tread the ball through an even needle, Zinchenko. He can play it between the Liverpool forwards, for example, out on the Arsenal left and get a move going. He's very comfortable on the ball. And like I said, Zinchenko does not leave us open. I can never remember him like playing a slack pass. You know what I mean? He looks, he sees what's on, and he's comfortable on the ball. And he's good in the tight. Between the lines, they're trying to press. He's not concerned about that. Okay, he played at Man City. Like I said, he's a winner. He has Premier League experience. He knows the guys against him. He knows who's playing for Liverpool. He knows who's playing for United and what they can do. He's very comfortable. I've been impressed with Zinchenko big time, but Tomiyasu, not bad on the front foot. He can do a bit. He got it. He's got an engine. Tierney, for me, yeah, he needs to put in a couple of games. He needs to put in a run. He is strong. He is dependable. He gets the ball away. It's like no frills, you know. But we need a little bit more when we're going forward because it all starts at the back. The team needs to attack as one. We've been good at that so far. But for me, I like Zinchenko. I like the way he does business. I like everything about his game. Start to finish. He's solid. Pure solid, man. And he's clever, intuitive. And he plays the ball to feet. Nice and easy. He gets the team moving forward. Nothing crazy. Doesn't have to be 25 yards from left to right. He just plays a simple ball diagonally, whatever. And it gets us on the front foot. It's inviting players onto it. He's a good player, man, that Zinchenko. I like him. I like him a lot. So there you go. I'm going to become a Manchester City fan. Haaland for Arsenal. Imagine that if we got Haaland.
Imagine is right.
When you think imagine is right, that's all we be doing. But when you when you think that Kane was going to go to City at some point and he got blocked, I mean, I don't know how good he would have been at Manchester City.
Haaland not as good as Haaland.
No. But I don't know. It's a funny old game out there. Spurs are not going bad, in fairness. I mean, I think they're in third now. They're not going bad. Conte is not bad.
I'm looking forward to seeing the game after the Arsenal match. Spurs against Newcastle. I think that could be a good game.
Yeah. I think Newcastle are going to put it up to them. But what do you think about Paddy Vieira? What do you think about Crystal Palace at the moment?
He's a good manager.
They got thumped yesterday,
Crystal Palace. Lads are all saying, bring him here to Arsenal. No thanks. Great player. Don't want him at Arsenal as a manager.
Look at Joanne's question. Del Boy, have you subscribed to your boy's channel? Of course he hasn't. No. Unacceptable behavior there. That wouldn't be happening at all. He's a rival. You see, Zach actually has a better channel. And if I'm to be fair, he has a better channel than me. Zach's channel is better than mine. And at least his 60 subscribers or whatever actually tune in. Mine, I've got 1,300 subscribers. I don't know where they are on a Sunday morning. I don't know what they'll be doing. They obviously have things better to be doing anyway than watching the OSG. But that's cool. I can dig it. You know what I mean? They'll be listening to my ex too much. Don't be listening to what she be saying about me, guys. It's all hearsay. Wait till we go to court. We'll get the truth out. The truth will come out. The truth will surface about me. I'm a nice guy. I shave my head. People think I'm depressed. I grow a beard. People think I'm depressed. This looks good. Come on, Nick. You know what I mean? Handsome man. World at my feet. Cheers. I made a light-hearted humour on a Sunday. Man, I have to go to work later. It's a pity I have to go to work, actually. I would like to watch the games, you know. I like to check the highlights. Anyway. It's a pity I have to go to work. How much time do I have? I have a bit of time. Liverpool are really struggling. They got Leeds next game, and they got a big game, Tottenham. The Spurs game is going to be a test. Leeds is going to be a test for them. I don't know. I wouldn't say Klopp has lost his mojo, but there's definitely something in the squad. And I mean, like, for me, you can say, okay, Harry Maguire for United is one of the worst defenders I've ever seen in my life. And I saw Ola Gleesney. But Alexander-Arnold, I mean, they gave him a rest and they said it was an injury, then he came back in. He also has not been at the races. And I mean, when they're not watertight at the back, how can they be any good in the forwards? Joanne, we're going for Foden too. Yeah, we're going for Foden. Haaland and Foden for Arsenal. We get them in the lineup. Kyle, don't sleep. You're going to fall asleep. That would actually be funny. I'll just leave it on there for 6 hours watching you sleep.
You don't realise, mate. I'm gone 28 hours now without sleep, man.
Wow.
I'm pretty fucked out this day. And you know what the worst part is? I'm back in again tonight for another 12-hour shift.
What?
10 o'clock, Dave. 10 o'clock tonight to half 10 tomorrow morning, man. And I'm going in home now to watch the Arsenal match, and I'll be watching the Newcastle game. And then I'll go to bed about 6, get up at 9, and straight back down to work.
You're a powerful man, man. I mean that sincerely.
I am, powerfully in a hospital bed now during the week.
I did a double shift in work there like about 2 months ago, and I swear to God, I didn't know it was like animal, vegetable, or mineral when I was leaving. I was absolutely wired. I was talking to people at the bus stop outside work, Central London. I did not know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
I was like matchsticks. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, and I finished the shift at 11 p.m. and I go home for 1. And it was like 23 hours.
Yeah.
I was wired after that.
Listen. We have to keep struggling on, mate. We have to make money somewhere, like, you know what I mean?
It's tough times all around at the moment, in general. Not regarding anything or this or that or the other, what's going on in my life, but it's tough times in general. But you know what I've realized? I'm going to talk some truth now, This is not through football. You know what I've realized, though, since I've been going through my own thing? Everyone's got a story and everyone's got something going on in their lives. And, you can't kind of feel sorry for yourself in a way because that is life. It's full of ups and downs. And I hear about people and this and that. And now I'm not going around, oh, woe is me, oh, poor little Dave. But people ask me how I am, I'm going to tell them straight. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I'm not going around feeling sorry for myself and looking for other people that are going through something in their lives and making myself feel better. But you look around you and you see the way life is at the moment, the way it really is. Everyone is going through a tough time right now in one way or another. So, it's been a tough, since COVID, man, people have had a tough run, a tough run for everybody. It's no joke. Like I said, everyone's got a story to tell. It's been tough for everyone.
Well, Dave.
It is. Life is, man, honestly.
With my job, working with intellectual disability, you come home every day, man, and you pray to God and you thank Him for the life that you do have. Because these people, Dave, have no quality of life at all, man. Do you know what I mean? No quality of life. At least I can get out this car and I can walk into my apartment. I can watch the Arsenal, and you know what I mean?
You're able-bodied, you're sound of mind and body.
Yeah, so we have a lot going for us, and sometimes we just feel sorry for ourselves, I suppose.
Yeah,
we have to keep moving forward like the Gunners, Dave. We have to keep on moving forward, brother.
We have our health, huh? We have our health, touch wood. Yeah, like I'm like where I work, there is the Moorfields Eye Hospital. It's across the street. So we get a lot of people staying like for 2 nights at the hotel, and then they go to the eye hospital. There's people coming from Australia, There's people coming from Melbourne and Sydney. There's people coming from South Africa, from Brazil, to go to this hospital in London, this eye hospital. And it's no joke. Then you have other people coming in this and that and this and that. It's so you can't I can't complain, man. I've had a good life, to be honest. I've done a lot of good things and I met a lot of good people. I've had a good life. I cannot complain.
No.
I can't. I've had a lot. I was successful in sport for a while. I did karate. I got the black belt. I used to fight competitively for a while. I made a lot of good friends. I lost some fights and I won some fights. But I made a lot of good friends. It's not about how good or bad I was. I met some nice people. I've lived in Hungary. I have lived in Germany. I have lived in Venezuela for a while. Now I'm in the UK. I cannot complain. I've been to many different countries. I've seen many different places. I've met many great people. I cannot complain. And I am not blind. I am not deaf. I am not in a wheelchair. Touch wood, I'm able-bodied and I can work. Seriously, man, if you get up in the morning and, like you said, you're independent, you can do your thing. You've got nothing to complain about, really. Everyone's got something. That's what I've realized anyway the last couple of months, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Simple. Lion City go, and that's my thing over. I'm going to start up a new channel, Spiritual Old School Gunner. I'm going to have like Joanne come on, and I'm going to have little crystals, and I'm going to have like a crystal ball. I can tell your future. That's a joke, huh? What do you think of my background? Do you like it?
Can't beat it.
I know it's basic, huh? But it's all right. It takes the look off. It takes the look off it.
It's better than my background.
It's okay though. You look like a businessman on the go, professional Arsenal fan. Maybe you're driving around to Mikel Arteta's house. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, give him tactics for today.
If you had seen Edu, I'd love to know what you would have said to him. Oh my God!
I would have said, "Come here and I'll tell you something, Edu. You're not one of your fucking bollocks."
Yeah, I would have just got the camera then like this, been recording like that. World star. That's what you're meant to say when things are happening, World star. And you're just going at it. Oh man, honestly.
I would have had a few things said, all right.
Oh my God, I swear. Any plans to come over to London for a game, no?
We had myself and Del Boy were going over to the Arsenal Everton game. We had tickets, we had flights, we had hotels, everything booked. And then obviously we were let down because the Queen died. So I don't know why, but the Premier League cancelled all the games. I still don't know why. All that though was a 2 minute round of applause for the Queen, Dave. Listen, it's not because I'm Irish. It's not a thing to do with the history or anything like that.
Yeah, no. It's just...
I personally have no interest in the royal family, as people would have any interest in football. It's just one of them things. Fair enough to the woman. It's not nice for anyone to die. But the way I look on it, Dave, she was 97 years of age, a multi-millionaire. Wouldn't even know how to make a cup of tea, to tell you the truth, and everybody up in arms over her. She had a very nice life, and all belonging to her will also. But me and Del Boy lost out on the game, and that's the same week I had the Europa League game against PSV. I lost out in that as well. So in the 1 week I lost 2 games, and the Del Boy lost as well. So we're waiting for the Everton game to be rescheduled, and we'll definitely go up for that one. Del Boy was over at the Liverpool game. I'm sure you saw his videos, the interviews he did with a few of the lads.
Yeah, I did.
And me and Del Boy will be hitting the Emirates Stadium this season, Arsenal versus Everton. And Arsenal better be still in for a title challenge by then.
When is that?
Me and Del Boy will be barred over the Emirates for life.
When is that?
Still waiting to get it rescheduled. We're still waiting for a date.
Oh, it's going to be rescheduled. Okay. I get you.
Yeah, I said it could be coming up close to the end of the season.
Del Boy's best one, though, was when he kind of jumped on Robbie. Robbie wasn't expecting it. And he was like this. Robbie was talking, and he was like, no.
I went up to another game with Del Boy, Dave. A quick story. No. And we don't want Stephen Kenny over the country. He's useless manager. But
Stephen Kenny.
Yeah. So we were down in the hardcore section in the Aviva, where the hardcore fans are. And Del Boy took out a banner. Kenny out!
Oh, I saw that. And the 2 guys behind him were mouthing off.
There was lads behind him. But Del Boy stood his ground.
But you were there.
We were leaving the Aviva Stadium.
Yeah.
And 2 of the lads met us in the tunnel and said something again to Del Boy. Well, Del Boy turned around and told him to fuck up. I tell you, Dave, the 2 boys fucking shit on themselves. So they headed off about their business, but Del Boy, he takes no prisoners.
Yeah.
Straight up, he's a straight up fella, you know.
Yeah.
He's passionate. He believes in what he believes in, and
yeah, and
he'd be more passionate Irish support than what I would be now.
He's living in Dublin too. I think it can be a tough town. I mean, like I remember living.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to like. Since I moved, I lived in Switzerland, for example. Now I'm living here. Okay, London is like the Wild West. You know what I mean? London is rough, but Switzerland is the opposite. And then I kind of mellowed and I became soft. You know, when I was living in Cork, of course, I had to bite in a few times with people because people walk all over you. It's a tougher society. Yeah, you have to be able to, and you just, you know what I mean? Just drive on out of it, like, just get out of my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After physical, they just know. Get out of my face. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk to you. But he has a right to his opinion, and he has a right to put that flag if he wants.
Absolutely.
I saw the video, yeah, he was like this, and he was saying those two idiots behind me, and you could see them, yeah, they thought they were.
Oh,
yeah. They were you were there. I mean, Jesus, you would put them over your knee, Kyle. Let's be honest about it. You'd put them over your knee and fucking spank them. They were nothing. You know what I mean? So I just don't know if they were, there's a couple of Chelsea fans over here in London, and they're no joke.
Yeah.
They're men, Kyle.
Yeah.
They have muscle. They're big.
That's it.
That's a different situation. Like when they hit, the whole world.
Know about it.
Yeah, they're big guys. Those two, come on, man. They may be giving it that. What do you think about when Jez was attacked? I mean, I don't want to be political. This is his life. I'm not going to go into it too much, but he was Arteta out. The two guys spotted him and the wife. And
absolutely scandalous.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to someone, I wouldn't do that. Like with Edu, I was cordial and I was respectful to him. I wouldn't do that to someone, even if they have a different opinion to me.
No, that's their opinion. You know what I mean? I've had incidents here where there's fans that
He's in his 60s, Kyle. He's in his 60s.
He's the man is in his 60s. And not only that, but the man was with his wife.
Yeah.
And he was also with his wife, Dev. And
yeah, exactly.
Like that man and woman are parents and their grandparents.
Yeah.
And you don't need that hassle over soccer. That there should be no violence in the world of soccer. It's a sport. It's there to entertain us. We have our opinions. That's it. Respect each other's opinions. Jez is a gentleman, and I was gutted when that happened to that man. Should never have happened.
Yeah.
But he's doing well now again, and he's on his channel and he's doing what he's doing. And big up to
him. Positive. But I mean, why would they do that to him? Like, I mean, and in all fairness, he has a different opinion. They should respect it. But then, I don't care what they're on. I don't care, are they drugged up or are they drunk? There's no excuse. If you saw me ever drunk, I'm a happy drunk. I'm a peaceful person. I don't turn into an animal. You know what I mean? But look at the guy, he's 60, man. Come on, like, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, the two of them are muppets, bunch of softies. You know what I mean?
Scumbags, that's all they are.
Yeah, they're a bunch of softies. You know what I mean? They're nothing. Gee Christ. Can you imagine them coming up against some of the Irish travellers? They would be annihilated. One punch to the jaw, it's a good night to the end. You know, man. You know. Come on. Muppets, man.
I see. When I'm on my travels there,
Muppets.
and I bump into an Arsenal fan, or if I see someone with an Arsenal jersey or something, I'll always stop and always have a chit chat about Arsenal. And
I saw your video.
Fair enough.
I saw the one in Dublin. Where were you? You were at the park at the concert.
Yeah, I was up in Marley Park, and I was getting the young Arsenal fan.
The young Arsenal fan, and he had a different opinion to you, and you were like, "Thanks a lot, buddy." You know.
Yeah, that's the way to have it, Dave. You know what I mean? Just that's the way it is. I respect the man's opinion. That's it.
I don't know, man. That's the way it should be. I think I'm going to wrap it up there now. It's going on the hour and a half mark. We're going to relax and enjoy our Sunday. I have to go to work in a while, and you have to work later. I just want to thank Kyle for coming along. I really appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you for giving your time, yeah?
100%, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
It's been great to talk to you, yeah?
We do it again.
Stay in touch. Check out this man's channel, guys. Kyle Walsh Gunner. Do yourselves a favour. Of course, check out mine. Let's support each other, yeah? Kyle, it's been a pleasure, man. What can I say? Thank you for giving your time.
And I love to jump again, man.
Some point over in London, we'll go for a pint, yeah? I'm going to plan...
Absolutely.
I'm going to plan like a monster stream at some point. We can get some of the other YouTubers to come as well. We can all sit and have a beer, Arsenal fans.
Brilliant.
I'm going to plan a monster stream at some point, just to let people know. I did one before. It went on for like 8-9 hours. But this is going to be more constructive because I'm going to have people on slots coming on and talking different slots. So I'll have it like a bit more constructive, and it's not just me. Okay, I had 4 or 5 different people on the last time, and I'm going to have it a bit more that it's more entertaining. But at some point, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see how it goes. Listen,
Brilliant.
Thanks again for coming on, man. I appreciate
Brilliant.
it. Seriously.
100%, yeah.
Enjoy the match. God help us, sir. Enjoy the match. And yeah, you should do a video maybe before it or after it on your phone, just 5 minutes, just you're good at it.
I'm going to do a match
You're
review.
entertaining, Kyle. You are entertaining.
I'll put on a match review after and I'll see what the crack is.
I hope we win. That's all I can say. All right. See you later, guys.
Thanks, lads. Thank you.
Come on, you Gooners. We're going to do it.
Come on, the boys.
This is our season. We're going to prove Ian right wrong. We're going to prove Eddie and Ketty wrong. We're going to prove Kyle right. We're going to prove Joanne right. That Mark Overmars is a ride. We're going to do all that. All right, guys. See you later. Peace. Come on, you Gooners. See you later, Kyle.
See you, lad. See you, Dave.
Adios.
Thank you.